Hey, how you doing? Ken here. Just thought I'd do a quick update. As the name suggests, I'm not out of the woods on the pond problems. I'll go into that now in a second. But what I did do today was I gave this a bit of a clean and a tidy up, and got the hoover in and hoovered in all the bits of leaves and crap that had blown in. So it's a lot happier. What I did notice when I was doing it though, if you can see here, that is looking none the best for wear. The other one here is fine. It's actually, you can see it's starting to go at the join there. I'm gonna have to order another one of those and replace it. I'm away on holidays in 3 weeks. Definitely don't want that going when I'm away, so I'll order one. Just check that other one there. I think they're 110 to 50 mil or 4 to 1.5, I think they are, an inch. So everything looks good in here, everything else is fine. I always watch these caps as well. I have a cap there, a blanker, and I've one down here on this side as well. I don't know if you can see. There's those cables, you can just see there. I had a look at it before, it's fine. Sometimes I know somebody who has one of these filters had one of those slip off because it wasn't quite tight enough, but that one is fine. I did check it before and got a crawled in there and got a socket on it and checked it, so it's fine. That's that. UV is off. You can probably guess why. More medication in the pond. Just turn this back on when we go outside. So actually in Dublin it's now Saturday. There's said Hoover. I need to empty Henry. He's been doing a big job in there between that and dog hair. Fish all look fine. Just what I noticed again, over particularly in the evening, they are flashing like mad. And there last Wednesday, in a nice blowing gale and rain, I took the here comes said dog and his hair. I took a couple of the fish out and scraped them, and lo and behold, more fluke. Like, just to tell you what I've done at this stage. So I found trick first, treated that with FMG, fish still flashing. Treated with flubanol, fish still flashing, still fluke there. Flubanol always worked in the past. I've had a few people say it hasn't been great for them either in recent times. Then on recommendation, I got Lernex Pro. I've ordered 2 packets of that, treated 3 times just to be sure. Then still had problems, scraped again and had Chilodonella. Another dose of FMG seemed to sort that out, but as I say, noticed early this week flashing again, and I did a scrape and there's fluke again. So I just don't know at this stage. I know, going back 2 or 3 years, people, particularly in the UK, have had a lot of problems, and there was talk, there's a new strain of fluke from Japan. I know some of the breeders question that, they haven't seen it. And reading various things online, people say, oh yeah, I tried everything and then this treatment did it for me, and they tend to be different treatments. So I'm just wondering, is it you treat them a few times and eventually you get the straw that breaks the camel's back and it solves your problem? So what I decided to go with, because somebody mentioned on Koi Forum, I can't remember the name of it now. You can't get it on its own readily in the hobby. It's an old dewormer that was considered kind of unreliable a few years back and is no longer used, but it is in the standard Colombo Lernex. The name probably won't come to me at this stage. I saw it where I could get it in Ireland, but I think I could get it as a cattle drench. And there's instructions online as to how to use that. It's 7%, but it's one of the ingredients. So I've tried Larenex. I bought one, but this is called, besides everything else, and I've heard other people saying this, you can imagine all these treatments, and they're costing like £66 a pop because I buy them up north. And you know, between that and FMG, I'm probably at, you know, about £500. Well, maybe not 500, but £400, €500 at this stage. But I've tried, for the want of having to do something and not risking further bacterial problems. So that's why the water is a bit cloudy and the UV is off. So we'll see how that does. But you know, besides a bit of flashing, the fish are very hungry. I won't feed them for the next few days. I mean, I find with this, they say with Larenex, so keep your UV off for 7 days. Probably being a bit generous. I think most of these treatments are shot after 5 days. So I think what I could do after 5 days is scrape a few fish and see how I've done. I'm going to be over at the show in the UK in a couple of weeks, so I might just wait till I'm there and get a bit of advice from some of the dealers and see what they say. I'm limited to what I can bring back because I'm doing a day trip on the plane. So if it's liquid, can't bring it back. If it's powder, which I think most of the Fluke medications are, I should be able to bring it back, and it might be a bit cheaper than ordering it online from down here. So that's the story. If you have any comments on persistent Fluke and what's worked for you, Levemisol, I think, or something like that, it begins with an L. Probably that's not the right word, but it's near enough. It's an old sort of veterinary dewormer, and somebody said on Koi Forum that they were on to some of the experts in the UK, and what they were advised to do was to take fish out, put them in separate vats for a few days and treat them with a few different things, one of them being this pure Levemisol, and he said that's the one that nailed it for him. It worked, others didn't, and he treated the whole pond and it worked. So that's why I went for that. Now maybe I do need to get that in its purer form and try it. But as I say, everything that survived looks fine, and is hungry and eating ravenously twice a day, and the nitrite is staying under control as well. That's when I can feed, but I've loads of food, but I'm not able to put it in the pond, unfortunately, with treatments. That's that. So listen, I'll leave it at that. Just a quick catch up. If you have any comments on persistent Fluke and what worked for you, please let me know. And I'll certainly consider it. Fluke Solve Plus, I know, is another one that people have tried. I think it was popular last year or the year before, but Larenex Pro seems to be the weapon of choice. But as I say, didn't work for me, and nothing new has gone into the pond since I used Larenex Pro. So it's not that I introduced Fluke again, I haven't. It's obviously in some form, whether it's the cycle of the Fluke, you know, the eggs, or if it's gill Fluke or whatever, you know, normally if they're live bearers, skin Fluke, once you kill them, you kill the babies and all with them, that's it. It's possible these ones are live bearers and I'm not getting the eggs and they just keep coming back. Definitely the stuff I put in knocks it back, there's no doubt, but it just keeps coming back at me. Right, as I say, I definitely will leave it at that now, and I'll empty Henry, and maybe I might see somebody at the show in a couple of weeks' time. All right, take it easy. Cheers.